Hello, amazing people. Welcome to Petrichor Studios. I'm Chris, and if this is your first time visiting this channel, you are warmly welcome. So today I'll be talking about a lot of interesting, topics. For example, distractions and the state of flow. I'll also be talking about perfectionism. And finally, I'll be sharing with you the technique that I used for this painting so that you can replicate or you can use in your own artwork. So before you begin this video, please like, subscribe, and click notification bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. So without wasting my time, let's just dive right into the video. So first of all, I just want to thank you for just, being here right now, just sitting right here. We're about to talk about a lot of, profound, deep stuff. And so I recommend you to grab yourself a coffee, or you can grab yourself a beer. I don't know. I don't drink though, but yeah. You can grab yourself anything. It could be chocolate or ice cream, or you can grab your cat or your dog, or just chill, with somebody, right? Or you can chill by yourself, like I'm doing right now. It's okay to chill by yourself. There is nothing wrong with just chilling or sitting down with yourself, getting to know yourself on a deeper level, getting to know yourself better, right? And so as long as you're not doing any negative or any bad thing, indoors, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so let's talk about distractions. In this modern day or in this society, we are surrounded by a lot of distractions. Distractions from our family members, distractions from our animals, distractions from our children. I don't have a child. I have a little brother though, but he is one hell of a distraction. And so yeah, we are surrounded by distractions on social media, on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Snapchat, on Facebook, on all these social media platforms. We are distracted by our environment, we are distracted by our family members, our loved ones. We are surrounded by distractions. And so, when I was painting this, I tried really, really hard to eliminate all forms of distractions, including distractions from social media. And so in order for me to overcome or to avoid all these distractions, I had to turn off my internet. And guess what happened? After I had turned off my internet, I was able to get into a state of flow. And if you are asking, or if you are wondering, what is the state of flow? Flow in positive psychology, or a flow state, also known colloquially as being in the zone, is the mental state in which a person performing some activity is fully immersed in a feeling of energized focus, full involvement, and enjoyment in the process of the activity. All that it is saying is super sane focus. That is all what the state of flow is about. Just going super sane, just staying, just being like a zombie, just getting hooked or getting immersed in something. Can you hear the sound of the ambulance? That is one, distraction that you have to do, that I have, or maybe you too as well, that we have to deal with, when we are for example, recording videos and recording audios and stuff like that. And so, like I said, we are surrounded by a lot of distractions. And all these distractions can, disrupt, our state of flow. And so what I'll tell everybody to do is just try and eliminate, all distractions, and you are gonna, get immersed in a state of flow. You are gonna get everything done. You are just gonna do the unthinkable. So just try that. Just eliminate distractions before you're about to, work on anything. Just, if it doesn't require the internet, just turn it off and then start, working on maybe your project or anything like that. So now let's talk about perfectionism. Perfectionism. According to Google Dictionary, perfectionism is a refusal to accept any standard short of perfection. Or in philosophy, it is a doctrine holding that perfection is attainable, especially the theory that human moral and spiritual perfection should be or has to be attained. I didn't understand what the fuck that. Yeah, can you relate sometimes? Like you read something on the internet and you don't know what the hell you are reading. Yeah, I bet you guys can relate to that. So now let's talk about, what a perfectionist person is. And according to Google Dictionary, you know, perfectionism is often described as the need to be or appear to be perfect, or even to believe that it is possible to achieve perfection. And it is typically viewed as a positive trait rather than a flaw. People may use the term healthy perfectionism to describe or justify perfectionist, perfectionistic behavior. So that is what he's trying to say. And so for me personally, I don't think, perfectionism is bad. I think when you go like beyond, like you go to the extreme to reach that, level of, like trying to get everything perfect, that is just, I don't know, that is just wrong, but, for example, if you are living a lifestyle and you are like, oh, I want to be perfect in everything I do. Hell no, that is just wrong. Being a perfectionist in what you are doing, it's kind of okay. But what is not okay is spending a lot of time, on the piece trying to get everything right. You can try and push yourself beyond the boundaries to, to get something, or to, to go or take a step further, to achieve something. But, don't over focus, don't overdo, don't overdo it. And like the saying goes, the more, I don't know, I don't know if it's exactly that. I'm gonna butcher it, but the quote is like, the more, the less, something like that. Yeah. So I said, yeah, like you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you might get it, but maybe you might not. But the more, the less, the more, I don't know, the more the better. There's something like that, yeah. So, in your art or in your painting, you can try and, take your art, to the next level, but not, over focusing or, diving in too much or trying to, get everything perfect. So, that is my take about perfectionism. Perfectionism can be good, and it can also be bad. So now let's move to my art processes, or how this painting was made. So as you can see right now, I'm painting, the thigh of this lady. She's a pretty gorgeous woman, right? And now I decided to add some shadows. And this technique is really, really helpful. Just painting on separate layers. For example, I decided to paint the face, the full body on a separate layer. And then I also decided to paint, the hair on different layer, and also the face, the eyes, the lips, the mouth, and the nose. I decided to paint that on another separate layer. So right now, I'm painting on like 4 layers, and the shadows is also going to have a different layer. That you can see this right now. You see, and so after that, I decided to merge all of these layers together. And after merging them, I blend the colors, to get the smooth, texture, and, to get that skin tone with, perfect, not perfect, but, like great lighting. And so that is what I did. I first began this painting by using the messing technique by Angel Ganev. And just using that technique, and then after that I decided to add some slight details to the painting. And after adding the slight details all on separate layers, but I don't often use a lot of layers. I use a lot of layers, but whenever I paint on maybe 2 layers, I merge the layers, but I always keep the background layer separate. That is what I always do, because you can change the background in the future. You can maybe come up with a different idea, and you can just all my paintings are done. For example, this painting or this piece is done on a separate layer, so it's kind of like a transparent PNG, or it's like a sticker, right? So when I get a different environment or a different background picture or anything that I want to paint, I can just paste this drawing onto that layer. So that is just easy. That is it just makes your work easy. And you can change the coloring, you can transform it to gray style and different colors. So yeah, so that was the technique. You see, I'm painting the nose right now, and this is one thing that I would just plain admit it, right? I would just admit it that like there are some parts of the body that I don't know how to paint. For example, I don't know how to paint the nose, especially digitally. But yeah, I'm trying to improve on my anatomy drawing, and I also don't know how to paint the feet. The feet is I'm really, really terrible at drawing the feet. I can paint a complete or a perfect or a great person or a body, but painting the feet for me is just it's just difficult. I'm not gonna say it's impossible. Nothing is impossible. So yeah, so you see, painting the nose. After that, I add my blending brushes, and like I always say in my videos, I paint with Medibank Pro. And I really think that Medibank is just an underrated application. And it's time that we make Medibank Pro great again, right? So yeah, I think you can get you can blend, and I use my smoothing, smoothing, sorry, smoothing, what? Smoothing, right? I use, after that, I smoothen this with my, sculpture, brush. This is a brush that I customized in Medibank Pro. I pretty much use it for all of my paintings, most of my paintings. Yeah, it's all of my paintings, right? I don't use the Smudge tool. This is my customized brush. It helps me get perfect, smooth, detailed, skin and texture. And so if you want this, I'll leave a link in the description below for you guys to check out, the brushes and, the settings on how to customize your brush. And I'll do a video, giving you a step-by-step, process or guide to help you customize your Medibank Pro brushes. And so now I'm just adding, some details, for example, to the tip of the ball of the nose, and I really struggle with this. That was the part that I really struggle with, I didn't struggle with this body, but but the part that I really struggled at was the nose. It was a pain, but I was in the state of flow, so I wasn't, frustrated or, irritated, that I wasn't, getting, the nose right. And so yeah, as you can see, I'm adding slight details and adding some lighting, And this is so important. Whenever you are painting, you need to identify where the light source is, depending on the painting. But in paintings like this, you need to, identify where the light source is coming from. And the light source for this painting was coming from the upper right of the painting, right? Which is an artificial light, right? And so you can see, right, I'm almost done with this painting, and now I decided to add some lighting, or some light effect to the hair. And I'll teach you guys how to draw the hair in a separate video. And so subscribe to get notified whenever I post this, or I do this tutorial. So you can see I'm just adding slight details to the hair to make it more realistic, right? So you see this, just correcting some slight mistakes and trying to correct some slight errors and stuff like that. And yeah, but I realized it was too much, like the lighting and stuff, so I had to undo and slightly change these paintings. So yeah, this is the final results of this painting, and I hope you like it. And for more like this, please like, subscribe, and click notification bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much.